Hey guys, welcome to Solo ReacTalk. Today I'm reacting to Helsreach, the movie 2019. This is the final part 4. If you want to check out my previous reactions to part 1 through 3, I'll put the card at the top there. Just click on it and you'll be able to access it. Yes, this is the final stretch, the final defensive line, the last stand for the Black Templars and for the Imperial Guard members who are still alive, as well as the Sororitas sisters, especially the leader Sindel. Yeah, we just witnessed the destruction of the Orc Titan that killed Precepts Zaha with the O'Brien. I think that O'Brien. I forgot how to pronounce the name of that super weapon, but yeah, it shot its beam of light on the Orc Titan. It melted, got destroyed, and Grimaldus ordered it to retreat because, you know, the Orcs are surrounding the entire church defense perimeter. So I guess this is it. This is the final last stand for the Astartes members. And let's continue with part 4. Alright, 3, 2, 1, go.
Kill them all! Let none survive! Never has an alien defied this holiest of places!
Take heart, brothers! Fight in the Emperor's name! I have dug my grave in this place. I will either triumph or I will die. No pity, no remorse, no fear. Bringing the temple down! Grimaldus! Brother! Altaria! Goodbye, brother! I will die on this world. I will die on Armageddon.
They call it the Season of Fire. The ash wastes are choking with dust from roaring volcanoes. Fighting across most of the world is ceasing, not because of victory or defeat, but because there can be no arguing with Armageddon itself. In a handful of days, no man or Xenos beast will be able to breathe in the wastelands, so the war ceases for now. Imperial forces consolidate the territories to which they still lay claim, and drive the invaders out from those where the orcs have managed to grasp no more than a weak hold. Helsreach is one of these places.
So he's the last one. All of his brothers are dead. Primus, Nerova, and Altarian. I saw Altarian got... Oh. Yeah, this is bad. But he's the last one now.
Hello, hero.
Greetings, Andre.
Perhaps you should salute me now, though, yes?
I am not beholden to a guard captain, but congratulations.
Yes, I know. But I must be offering many thanks for you keeping your word and telling my captain of my deeds.
An oath is an oath. Your friend, your love, did you find her?
Yes. I did find her. I am glad you made it. I heard you were very injured, yes?
Not enough to kill me. The reports I have heard indicated no one else survived the fall of the Basilica.
Yes, that would make for a wonderful story, no? The last Black Knight, the only survivor of the greatest battle in Helsreach. I apologize for surviving and breaking the flow of your legend, Reclusiarch. I promise most faithfully that I and the 6 or 7 others will be very quiet and let you have all the thunder.
Were you not injured at all?
Yeah, I had a headache, but then it went away.
This makes me smile. Arterium, Primus, Bastilan, Cador, Nero. Forgive me for living, while you all lie cold and still. We are judged in life for the evil we destroy. It is a bleak truth that there is nothing but blood awaiting us in the spaces between the stars. But the Emperor sees all that transpires in his domain, and we are judged equally for the illumination we bring to the blackest nights. We are judged in life for those moments we spill light into the darkest reaches of his imperium. Your world taught me this. Your world and the war that brought me here. Hero of Helsreach. The crowd cheers. As if there is only one.
We are judged in life for the evil we destroy. It is a bleak truth that there is nothing but blood awaiting us in the spaces between the stars. But the Emperor sees all that transpires in his domain. And we are judged equally for the illumination we bring to the blackest nights. We are judged in life for those moments we spill light into the darkest reaches of his imperium. Your world taught me this. Your world and the war that brought me here. Wow, Grimaldus. Well, guys, that's it with Helsreach, the movie, 2019. I really did enjoy this movie. It was very long, 2 hours, 30 minutes, but it was well worth it. I got to see all of these beings that I'm always hearing about or reacting to on YouTube, people speaking about them on their channels, especially the Astartes, the Imperial Guard, the Orcs. Although I did not see all the factions of the Orcs in terms of the Gretchens, the Snotlings and the Squigs, I didn't see them, but I did see the Orcs and possibly a war boss. And yeah, the Titans. Oh, the Titans. Yes, Precepts Zaha was amazing. I still can't believe that it's like a church on top and churches on the legs, for the Titan. That was amazing. And there's guns in those church buildings. It's crazy. And yeah, Armageddon, really, that planet, it just had bad luck. The Orcs were really organized in their numbers. Hundreds of thousands, possibly even millions, that were going to invade Armageddon space and then also on the planet. They also used rocks as a form of shock and awe tactic, obliterating the hive city of Hades and possibly other hive cities, I'm not sure. But Helsreach itself still survived, although it was burning in many places. They didn't really talk about the civilians. I did see some civilians in bunkers somewhere, but I don't know what happened to them. Hopefully they're also still alive. And the Astartes members of the Grimaldus squad, there were two specific Astartes members. It was Primus and Nerova, who were very emotional in a way, compared to their brothers, like Altarian and Bastila, as well as Kador. Maybe because they were younger, maybe because they were fresh recruits or fresh Astartes members compared to their counterpart brothers, who were far more seasoned and matured in their existence as Astartes members. Grimaldus, he was a hands-on leader. He liked to do things personally. He didn't like to send people or talk over the phone. Especially when it came to talking with Precepts Zaha, he went to her and he discussed with her about joining forces with him in Helsreach. And I like the animation, the way it transitioned from how it was in the beginning with the drawing kind of animation, and then when it came to the battle against the Orcs, the first battle against the Orcs, it showed some color here and there, and then towards the end of that battle, you could see some color coming in. The color was dark because it was a very gloomy day. There was smoke everywhere, there was death everywhere, there was a lot of dead bodies of Orcs and humans. And as it progressed further, it became even more animated with color. And yeah, I really did enjoy that about the movie as well. and the internal politics of the Astartes as well as the Mechanicus of Mars was very entertaining, but also confusing and just unnecessary, totally unnecessary, you know, in some places, especially when Precepts Zaha was saying, you know, we need to anoint this super weapon to prevent bad spirits from, you know, occurring on it and, you know, allowing it to activate and all that stuff. And I'm like, but you guys could have just sent someone. You guys could have sent someone with the Templars to go and anoint it then. And then everything will be fine. There's no reason for us to be having knives at our necks simply because we don't want to follow the protocols of our religious dogma, you know. But anyways, the orcs brought them all back together in focusing on them, the enemy, and defeating the enemy. So I'm actually happy about that. And yeah, Precepts Zaha, I didn't realize that she was an old lady in the beginning, because, you know, the drawings didn't really define her features on her face or even her body really. Only towards the end did I realize that, okay, no, she's actually an old lady. It's still weird that she has no hands and no feet. It's just this. It was just weird. It was really interesting. I also didn't realize that the Titans had this human interface in it. I found that very, very interesting. And who was it? Halbert, the High Marshal. Halbert and Grimaldus didn't really see eye to eye in the beginning. Yeah, that's like internal politics as well, you know, internal politics within the Black Templars that exists there. But I think Halbert was insisting on Grimaldus to stay on the planet because he wanted to test him. He wanted to see if he was worthy of his new position. Because I don't know who it was, the Astartes member with the golden reef crown, who said that he didn't support Grimaldus taking up the position as Recrusiarch. So I think maybe Halbert, the High Marshal, wanted to test Grimaldus to see whether he truly is meant for this job. And I think he is. There are some moments where I do question the things he does, like when he pointed his gun at Nereva. He shouldn't have done that. That I don't think you should do, really. Yes, I understand that Nereva is emotional because of what happened to Kador, and probably Grimaldus should have been a bit more patient with him. You know, just try to understand where he's also coming from. As a young Astartes member, you know, he still has to go through these kind of processes of losing his brothers on the field, and it takes some getting used to, I guess. And yeah, but mainly I did like Grimaldus and his leadership style and his speeches. Ah, man. That man can make a speech. He can galvanize his troops and even the Imperial Guard. I love that first speech he made on the walls of Helsreach when the orcs were coming to attack. That was amazing. And I also saw the orcs with the rocket packs. Those guys were the funniest things ever. Because I remember seeing an image of that on Brecky's Warhammer 40K factions. When I saw I saw an orc with a rocket pack on, and I was like, no man, that can't be possible. But then here I am, I'm watching Helsreach and I see it possible. I see an orc flying around with a rocket pack. That was very funny. But yeah, the orcs didn't really talk much. They were just, you know, grunting and growling and shouting, but they never really talked. It was quite interesting though, to see how they operate, if I can say that. Mainly they just used their overwhelming force, overwhelming numbers to defeat their enemy. They didn't really use any tactics to say. And they used their Titans. So mainly it was overwhelming ground forces and Titans that they had on the field. And yeah, they were very, very effective, in fighting close range. I don't know about long range, but in close range combat, they were relentless, they were ruthless, they were just having fun. I mean, they grow from battle, so they were just really enjoying themselves. Even if they were dying, many of them were dying, it didn't really matter. They just kept on going and kept on killing as many humans as they could. And the salamanders came in as well to assist, although when I say assist, I don't really mean assisting the Black Templars per se. They were mainly there to protect civilians and protect other key installations with Acadian drop shock troopers somewhere else on the planet. Yeah, and it was quite interesting to hear how the different chapters operate, how they wage war, how they make defensive positions, and their ideologies as different chapters, and how different the salamanders look like, because they have red eyes and they have extremely dark skin, and it was really, really, really interesting to see that. And yeah, Grimaldus with his baby face that turned very wrinkled, and with a beard, like he was finished at the end of the war, at the final stretch of the battle. He was finished. That baby face was gone. He was stressed, he was exhausted, but his eyes were still shining. Just like how Sindel and Zaha said that he has very beautiful eyes. I agree, he does have beautiful eyes. He is a very interesting character, and I've said this before, that the Astartes members, they are very interesting. They talk more than I expected, or maybe it's because it's a movie, I'm not sure, but really they were talking to each other, talking to other human beings, talking while mainly Grimaldus was just having his own monologue, talking to himself and all that stuff, and speaking eloquently, with his speeches and his thought process. It was just amazing, because really when I was watching videos that circled around Astartes and how they were created and what they have to go through, I just never imagined them to being this social with each other and with human beings, because they've been conditioned and trained to be killers, to be calculating, ruthless, brutal superhumans, with no compassion or empathy or sympathy. They are just there to do the job and to get out, but I saw a different side to Astartes in this movie. And yeah, Primus really opened my eyes, especially when he was a bit agitated when they were investigating one of these crashed ships, and he was down and Nereva was helping him up, and he didn't want to be helped by Nereva. He just pushed him aside, and then he was blaming Grimaldus for something. I'm not entirely sure what was it about. He said that he had darkness in him. I don't know what was he talking about, but yeah, it was very interesting to see the power dynamics and the communication between brothers of the chapter. And yeah, really, this opened my eyes a bit differently to how I should see Astartes soldiers, because they were not really my favorite faction in the Imperium of Man. My favorite factions were the Imperial Guard, the Sororitas Sisters, the Custodians, the Sisters of Silence. Yeah, those are the only ones that I liked. I didn't really have an affinity for the Astartes people, because they just didn't really seem... I couldn't really connect with them as a human being. But after watching this movie, I'm thinking about them a bit differently. So yeah, this was good. This was really, really good. Guys, that's it for Helsreach. And yeah, hopefully you guys watched from part 1 all the way to part 4. If you haven't watched part 1, part 2, part 3, please go watch them as well. Yeah, I really did enjoy this movie. Okay, if you liked the video, please give me a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Click on notification bell if you want to be up to date with my latest videos. And I guess I'll see you next time with another Warhammer 40K installment. Okay? Bye-bye.